Alright, apparently we are live. I'm just going to double check YouTube real quick to make sure that is the case. I guess I can kind of minimize that now. So today, I'm going to be reacting, or not reacting, I'm going to be voting. Okay, that is live. Let's see how it sounds. We are live. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be voting. We're also streaming in 4K, which is really nice. Alright. Anyways, yeah, so the Game Awards, the 2022 Game Awards, the nominees were announced this morning at like 9 a.m. I was fast asleep. I knew they were coming out, but I wasn't going to bother like waking up for that. But yeah, they're going to be happening December 8th. It's something I look forward to every year just because I watch it with my friends. We live stream it together and we all just kind of like discuss it and stuff. Usually the audio is terrible in those streams, and this year I'm going to like spend a good hour before the Game Awards actually starts trying to perfect the audio, because usually it's like my friends and I are too quiet, or the award show itself's too quiet, and it's just a really big mess. So this year I'm going to try to get it as good as possible. And also the streaming quality should be a lot better this year, because I've kind of discovered how I can stream in 4K and stuff, and all around should just be a fun time. Looking forward to the Game Awards this year, particularly just because there's a good amount of games that I've played that are nominated, which isn't always the case, so looking forward to it overall for sure. With that being said, we're just going to start voting. I'm going to be doing that category last. I'll start from the bottom and work my way up is what I usually do. So best esports event. I'll be honest, all these esports ones I don't care about whatsoever. I don't follow esports at all, so this means nothing to me. So I'm just going to vote for a random one, and I'm going to vote for the very first one. Again, I don't care. Esports coach. Again, don't care. Esports team. I'll just vote for you guys. Don't even know who you are. Esports athlete. Yeah. I'll vote for you. What's good? How's it going, Billy's Blockbusters? What's up? Esports game. Again, I don't care. Just get through all these ones. Here we go. Now we're getting into actual categories. Okay. Most anticipated game. We've got Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, or Tears of the Kingdom. I'm looking forward to two of these for sure. Resident Evil 4 and I guess Hogwarts Legacy. I'm looking forward to Starfield a decent amount, although I'll be honest, I've never really been into Skyrim or Fallout. Fallout seemed like something that would be right up my alley, but I could just never really get into it. But Starfield does look cool from what we've seen. Zelda, I mean, I have Breath of the Wild. I've played a bit of it, or a decent amount. Again, similar to Skyrim, it's just not really for me, I don't think. I still admire it. I still acknowledge that it's an extremely well-received game. So I'm sure that the sequel is going to be, just as good, or at least, still fantastic. Hogwarts Legacy, I'm looking forward to a decent amount. I also have worries for the game. I haven't really been following all of the recent gameplay showcases and stuff, so maybe it looks better, but to me, it's a game where I feel like it could be 50-50. I think it could work. I also think it could really fail, so we'll really see how it turns out. And then I could care less about Final Fantasy. I'm just not a fan of that franchise. Not really into those kind of games. So of the nominees, I'm probably most looking forward to Resident Evil 4, because I've never played the original Resident Evil 4. I tried to play it, but the controls were just I wasn't really a fan of them, and I figured, they're going to be making it again anyways, and they'll update the controls and stuff, so I'll just wait for that. So I'm going to vote for Resident Evil 4. I feel like Legend of Zelda is definitely going to win this category, though, at the awards show, because the first one was so massive, won Game of the Year and everything, and it's just an extremely well-received game and large franchise. I was just checking the audio levels. Seems like everything's working. All right. Next up, we've got best adaptation. So this is a brand new category introduced this year, which basically it's just about movies and TV shows and stuff that are based on video games, and that's essentially what it is. I actually like the idea of the category. I think it's kind of cool. So we've got Arcane League of Legends, we've got Cyberpunk Edge Runners, the Cuphead show, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Uncharted. Halo did not get nominated, which is hilarious. I haven't even watched the Halo show, but that's just funny to me. I'm doing well for the most part. Just looking forward to the Game Awards, and thought I would do a little live stream voting thing like I did last year. I think the year before, maybe. Yeah, I did it 2 years in a row. Okay, so have not watched Arcane, have not watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners, have not watched Cuphead show, have not watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I've only seen Uncharted, so that's what I'm voting for. I'm a massive Uncharted fan of the games. The movie I thought it was actually a very entertaining adventure movie. It wasn't anything like particularly amazing, but I thought it was really entertaining, slightly underrated because it kind of got pretty mixed to negative reviews from critics, and I actually think it was fairly solid. As far as being the best adaptation of the games, it isn't. They definitely could have handled the characters a bit better, and I just don't really love the casting, but on its own, enjoyable action movie that I actually enjoy quite a bit, and I think I'll rewatch multiple times in the future. Kind of on the same level as something like National Treasure. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I think it's really between Cyberpunk and Sonic. I think Cyberpunk wins this, though, just because I know that it really blew up and also brought back a lot of love to the game, because the game obviously did not have a very good launch, and it kind of revived the game to the point where I think it was number one on Steam for a while. So I think Cyberpunk wins that. Best debut indie game, I've only really seen or heard about two of these, Stray, which I've played, and Tunic, which I've seen some stuff of. Otherwise, I haven't heard of Vampire Survivors or Norco. I have heard of Neon White, but I haven't really looked into it. I think this category automatically is going to go to Stray because it's the only one of these games to be nominated for Game of the Year. So I think kind of by default, it just wins this category. So that's my guess, and that's also my pick. Excuse me. I have a cold or something right now, so I apologize if I'm kind of coughing and stuff for this video. Content Creator of the Year for a streamer or content creator who has made important and positive impact on the community in 2022. I don't really follow any streamers anymore these days. I know this guy, though, so I'll vote for him. But again, don't really follow any of those. Okay, Best Multiplayer. For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of the game genre or platform. So we've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Multiverse, Overwatch 2, Splatoon 3, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. I actually really want to play this game. Is it on Steam? Let me check that real quick. Shredder's Revenge. It is. Honestly, might buy it, not gonna lie, because it just looks like a lot of fun. It's a beat 'em up. I used to play TMNT beat 'em up games like that. I don't know why the images aren't loading. Yeah, I genuinely might actually get that game, not gonna lie. Anyways, so we got that. I didn't know that was multiplayer, so that's kind of cool. Splatoon 3. I'll be honest, Splatoon 3 I didn't really hear a whole lot about. I know like the first two Splatoon games were quite enjoyed, but Splatoon 3 I kind of felt like it just came out, and maybe it's just because I'm not the biggest Nintendo person, so I don't really follow all that stuff, but I just feel like there's other Nintendo games in the past that have come out and I hear about them a lot, and Splatoon 3 I really didn't hear a whole lot about upon arrival. I think it was well received, but I just don't think that it was like particularly incredible or anything. I really want to make my own short film, but I don't have the budget to get the equipment. Honestly, you can make a short film with anything. Like if you go back on my channel and look at my short films playlist, my stuff that like when I started doing short films and stuff, I literally just used my phone. I used my phone and I edited with like the free iMovie app, or it might be like $5, but I edited with iMovie and stuff on my phone, and that's how I used to do short films. So you can still always make stuff even with like a really low budget, and yeah, but don't let budget deter you from making stuff you want to make, because it's always fun to make stuff, and also it can be a good challenge too, like not having the budget to make something but still wanting to like have it go a certain way, because that leads to you just getting creative with stuff. So don't give up. That's my advice. Make it make it anyways, or try to make it. Overwatch 2. I wasn't really a fan of the first Overwatch. It wasn't really for me. The second one, I've played a very little bit. I've played a couple of matches with my friend Aiden, and I was actually enjoying it. I had fun. Multiverse, I haven't really played at all. And Modern Warfare 2, I have played. I'm gonna personally vote for Modern Warfare 2. I don't think it'll win. My guess is it'll be Splatoon 3. I'm not too sure, actually. It could be something different. I don't know. Maybe it could be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I don't really know what's gonna win that category. But I've actually really liked Modern Warfare 2 so far. I'm like a sort of a fan of Call of Duty. I don't know how to put it. Like, I don't consider myself a fan where it's like I love all the games, because there's a handful of them I haven't gotten, a handful I don't enjoy. But it is a franchise I played a lot when I was younger, so I kind of have that interest in it still. Best sports / racing game. We have a couple nominees here. I've only ever played one of these, which is Gran Turismo 7, so that's my automatic vote. And I don't even really care for it. I'm not into racing games. I just got it because it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and I was like, might as well play it. Or I think it's PS5 and PS4, but it's cool. I don't know. I'm not really into it too much, and I don't care about any of these other games, so I'll just vote for Gran Turismo 7. Don't know what's going to win that one. Probably Gran Turismo. Don't know. Best sim / strategy. Haven't played any of these. I'm just going to vote for Mario because it has a cool poster. Okay, best family game. Again, I've only played one of these, which is Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, which I was extremely excited for. I think it's a really damn good game. Now that the hype and everything is kind of past, I have some issues with it. I feel like they should have done a better job with the levels. The levels, some of them just feel very short and rushed, especially once you hit the sequel trilogy. I felt like they just gave up caring completely. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, I've heard really good things about. Mario plus Rabbids, I haven't really heard about that much. And the other two, like I said, I haven't really played Splatoon 3 or Nintendo Switch Sports. Nintendo Switch Sports, I don't really know if it's anywhere near as good as Wii Sports was, because I know Wii Sports was just like such a fun game back in the day when I was a kid. I haven't really heard anything about this Nintendo one. Personally, I mean, I'm going to vote for Lego Star Wars. I feel like it could be Kirby and the Forgotten Land, because I feel like that's the one that has the best reception. But I'm voting for Lego Star Wars. Best fighting game. For the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat. So this is kind of interesting this year, because normally it's always like fighting games, right? Like I don't know what you call the camera angle, but where you're kind of just like running across the side of the screen. Games like Smash Bros. And Mortal Kombat and stuff. But this year, Sifu made its way in here. And that's what I think is going to win right off the bat. I think Sifu wins this because I've heard great things about it. It's got very good reviews. And I know it was a pretty unique game. So that's what I'm going to guess wins, and that's what I'll vote for since I haven't played any of the other games. Best role-playing. So, for the best game design with rich player, character customization, and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. By default, Elden Ring is taking this award. Not even a question. That's my pick, because, again, I haven't played any of these other games. I know that Xenoblade is quite popular, but Elden Ring's winning this, no question. So that's my pick. It's the only one I've played, like I said, but it's just easily winning. Best action adventure. So for the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. So I've played 3 of these. I haven't played Plague Tale Requiem, but I believe, if I'm correct, I think it's on Game Pass. Let me check right now. Game Pass, all PC games. It is. So I could literally download this and play it, actually. So I'll probably do that, not gonna lie. And then Tunic will be the only one that I haven't played. Yeah, I mean, God of War, I haven't beaten it so far. I have put in about 16 hours, I think. Or 18? I don't even remember. I think I've put in 16 hours. And I love it so far. I think it's great. It has definitely the best combat out of any of these games. That's for sure. I mean, I haven't played Plague Tale or Tunic, but I feel like even then, I think God of War still has the best combat and best gameplay. The traversal is all right. I mean, the climbing stuff is not really special in God of War, just like it was in 2018. But I do like how they've added, more traversal options with the Blades of Chaos. Now you can use them to kind of like swing or climb stuff, and those sections are actually pretty awesome. I enjoy those quite a bit. And there's definitely better puzzles in this game than there was in the previous one. Particularly when you're in Elfheim, there's like these rocks that you can bounce your axe off of, and it'll like go somewhere else, and it's really cool. So I feel like definitely an upgrade over the first game in terms of combat and in terms of traversal slightly, and definitely in terms of puzzles and stuff. Horizon Forbidden West combat I like in Horizon. I don't love it, but I think it's solid. Traversal is really good. You got a lot of different traversal options. You got the climbing, you've got your glider thing, you've got flying with certain robots you can take over. You can ride different ones, all that kind of stuff. So traversal is really good in Horizon. Like I said, I enjoy the combat. I definitely think God of War has better combat though. And then puzzle solving. I don't really remember that much puzzle solving in Forbidden West, to be honest. There's some, but not as much. The puzzles, when I come to think about it, are kind of more so just trying to figure out how to get through certain areas, like just as far as traversal stuff goes. So not as much like puzzles where you're kind of like in God of War where you're trying to like move things and figure things out. It's more so just creating a path or whatever, trying to figure out a path that you're going to take for climbing or whatever. And then Stray definitely has puzzle solving in it. Enjoyable puzzle solving, nothing like brain busting, but solid. I wouldn't really put it in there for combat though, because all you do is just hold down a button that blows up little aliens. That's it. And then traversal is pretty solid. It's a really nice looking game. It's really enjoyable in that sense. Exploring the locations and stuff, but you are basically just tapping a button. It's not anything too deep. But I do really like Stray. I think Stray is a great game. It's definitely just a really fun experience. But I'm going for God of War on this. I think that's what's going to win. I don't really know too much about these other two games, but I feel like God of War takes this one. And that's my personal pick as well. All right, best action game. So we've got best game in the action genre focused primarily on combat. We've got Bayonetta 3, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Neon White, Sifu, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. A lot of these categories this year, I really haven't played too many of the games. Again, this category, I've only played Modern Warfare 2. It's standard Call of Duty. It's good. It runs well. Or it feels good, I should say. So it works in that sense, but it doesn't do anything that, again, wowed me or anything like that from a gameplay perspective. Bayonetta 3, I've heard solid. You can do some really cool stuff, it seems, in that game. Neon White, can't really speak on that. Sifu, I've heard great things about. And then TMNT looks really fun. Despite having played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and that's my only pick, I'm actually going to vote for Sifu just because I've heard the most about it, and I think it has a good shot at winning this category. Best VR/AR game. I've played none of these because I only have a PSVR, and I don't really use it that much, honestly. I feel like VR is definitely something that's just better on PC because there's just way more games. Among Us VR, I think, looks absolutely hilarious, and I want to play it so badly. So that's just my pick, because I just think the concept of Among Us in VR is absolutely hilarious and awesome. So that's my pick. I'm sure one of these games is really damn good. I'm sure they all are, but... Innovation and accessibility, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. So we've got As Dusk Falls, which I haven't even heard of, God of War Ragnarok, Return to Monkey Island, Last of Us Part 1, and The Quarry. It's nice to see Quarry nominated for something, because I actually really, really liked that game. It's the only category you're really going to see it get nominated in, but really good game. God of War, I haven't really looked into the accessibility features for these games, to be honest. I know that God of War does have a lot of really good ones, and Naughty Dog won for Last of Us Part 2 a couple of years ago because they put a ton of work into accessibility options, and that continued over to the remake of Part 1, and I think they even added in some haptic feedback vibration in the controller so that people can kind of tell what's being said by characters, which is really cool. I haven't tested that out if that's true, but that's something that I should try. Again, it's between these two, I think. I mean, it could be one of the other games for sure. I just haven't looked into them. I'm going to go with part 1, I guess, just because I know that it took all the things that the first or the second game did and just added on and did some more stuff. But yeah. Best community support, don't really care about this one. I'll actually vote for Fortnite, though, just because I used to not like Fortnite, but I actually got into it this year. I was playing it with my friend a lot earlier this year, and actually found myself really enjoying it, winning quite a bit of games together, and I actually like it now, to be honest. So, funny how things change. Mobile game, haven't played any of these. I'll just vote for a random one. Best indie. Now, there is indie and there is indie debut game. Again, because Stray is the only one of these games nominated for Game of the Year, I think it wins this category, so I'm voting for it. I've heard a lot of great things about Cult of the Lamb, though, but I feel like if Stray is going to be nominated for Game of the Year and none of these other ones are, then Stray is going to win this category, right? Like, if Cult of the Lamb wins Best Indie Game, but it's not nominated for Game of the Year, and Stray is, that doesn't make any sense, and Cult of the Lamb should have been the one nominated. So, I think Stray wins this. Best Ongoing, awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. I'm just going to mute myself for 1 second because I'm going to do a little coughing thing here. Okay, we're good. Yeah, best ongoing game. Did I not already vote in this? What? Oh, community support, that's what it was. Okay. I'll do Fortnite again, I guess. I don't know. I know my friend Yaniv is a very massive fan of Destiny 2, but I've heard it's going to be either one of these two, I think. I don't know. I'm voting for Fortnite just because it's the only one I play. Games for Impact. Again, this is a category I just don't know any of these games, so I'm going to actually just... Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, I'm clicking on this one. I don't know. Best Performance. Okay, the picks this year kind of surprised me slightly, to be honest. We have Ashley Birch for Horizon Forbidden West, Charlotte McBurney for Plague Tale Requiem, Christopher Judge for God of War Ragnarok, of course, Main Gage for Immortality, and Sunny Soljic for God of War Ragnarok. I mean, I like Ashley Birch's Alloy. I think she's good, but I wouldn't, like, if we're talking performance, I would not put her above these two at all. I think that those characters just have much more emotional range in their games than Alloy does. And I'm actually kind of surprised. Like, I would have honestly expected the voice actress for Freya in God of War to be nominated, because I think she is fantastic in the second game, like, even better than she was in the first one. She becomes a huge character, like a primary character, and performance is just excellent. Because she plays like a very damaged person and like just has a huge emotional range. So I'm actually shocked that she wasn't nominated. I easily would have put her above Ashley Birch. And I can't speak for the other two, but I just easily would have put her in there. And I also really like Richard Schiff as Odin. I can kind of understand he's not in there because he's not in the game, as much as some other characters, but still thought he was really good. But actually, if Freya was an option, that would be my vote personally, I think. But of the ones we have here, not going to be her for me. Sorry, I haven't played your game. Sorry, I haven't played your game. So it's between Christopher Judge and Sunny Soljic. Both are great in this game. I have a really tough time with this one. I'm going to go with Christopher Judge, I think. But honestly, if Sunny won, I would be super happy because he kills it in the second game. Best audio design. Recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. So you have Modern Warfare 2, which of course sounds great. Call of Duty games always sound really good for the most part. Elden Ring, I'm slightly surprised it's in here because if I'm going to be honest, I actually don't think the Souls games have the best audio. Like, they sort of just reuse the same effects they've been using since like 2009, and they sound kind of outdated. So I was a little surprised to see Elden Ring make its way in here. God of War Ragnarok, phenomenal audio, and the 3D audio, especially if you're wearing the headset, the 3D audio is really well designed. Gran Turismo 7 sounds really good, it's a good sounding racing game. And then Horizon has some awesome sound effects. It's between these two, I think, for me. That's actually really tough because Horizon does have some really cool sounds with the like lasers and stuff, and like just the androids. I'll go with God of War, but that is an interesting one. It's really tough. Best score in music. This is kind of where from like here on out, these categories all kind of seem the same. So we've got Plague Tale, Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Metal Hellsinger, which I haven't heard of, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So my friend Aiden, I think, said that like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has to win this. Anime games, I guess, do tend to have very good music, but I don't play them, so so I think it's between these two. Damn, that one's tough because Elden Ring has a banger ass score. Like that main theme, I love so much. And then obviously just all the epic boss themes. God of War Ragnarok's music is obviously epic as hell, especially like when you're just there's one theme that plays when you're playing as Atreus and you turn into a wolf and you're like running around, and it was just such a fun theme. It was really great. That's so tough. Like when I'm thinking music now, like the main Elden Ring theme is what's in my head, but beyond that, the rest of the score is excellent. But I'm thinking more God of War Ragnarok for me. I know it seems like I'm just voting God of War for everything. The other ones I haven't played, so I can't really speak on. Best art direction. Outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. This one's interesting because this category usually tends to be games that are very artsy. Like it tends not to go to the game with like, you know, the best technical graphics. It almost never is. It tends to be these games that just have really interesting art styles. And so because of that, I'm kind of knocking out these two, honestly, because they have great graphics. And I still think the art direction's amazing. Like, I wouldn't take it away from them. God of War does have some beautiful moments, like the jellyfish creature thing on Alfheim. And that stuff looks amazing. Horizon, I would say graphically speaking, Horizon is the best game out of all of these. I actually put it above God of War for graphics, to be honest. I think it looks better. God of War, looks great. It looks better than 2018, but not by a, massive margin. Whereas Horizon Forbidden West, I think, just looks phenomenal. Like, the world, there's many moments where I was just kind of sitting there like, holy crap. Or just, looking at characters' faces in photo mode and just the details. So I think Horizon has the best graphics out of any of these. Scorn, I actually don't fully know what it looks like.
And decayed to join in decay and ruin. Most of the wild area must. I hope you've wait for you to uncover them.
Okay. I feel like Elden Ring probably wins this, is my guess. Because, yeah, it is amazing looking. I'm gonna go for Stray personally. Stray actually has my favorite. Favorite look out of all these games. I just love the art style of Stray. The colors are so nice, and it's a really nice looking game. So I'm actually voting for Stray on this one. Love all those other ones though, besides Scorn, because I haven't played that. But yeah, all these games are great looking in their own way. I'm gonna go for Stray personally. Best narrative. Alright, so again, I'm kind of surprised Elden Ring's in here actually, because I just never really thought of the Souls games as being incredible for their narratives. I know they do have really cool lore and stuff and learning about all this backstory, but face value, it's not that deep or anything in my opinion, so I was kind of surprised to see it in here. Plague Tale Requiem, I've heard great things about the narrative in that game, and I'm definitely going to check it out, I think, especially with it being on Game Pass and everything. God of War, for the first bit, I was kind of like, okay, I actually don't love the story for this game. I think it kind of goes into it really fast and everything, but and the 2018 one was definitely more heartfelt or personal feeling or whatever, but the more I've played of it, the better the story has gotten. Right now, I really like where the story's at, so really enjoying that. Horizon Forbidden West, I actually don't really care for the narrative that much. I didn't care for the narrative in the first game, and I found this one to just be, has a ton of things going on. There's so many different android names. I just completely lost track of what was going on at times. I just enjoyed the game for its gameplay and stuff, but yeah, as far as what was going on in the actual narrative, I was kind of like, okay. And then Immortality, I've heard good things about. But I'm going for God of War, as always. Best game direction. Okay, so awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. So we've got Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, Immortality, and Stray. Okay, so Elden Ring is the first open world FromSoft game, and it excels at that. Like that style of gameplay and everything, the differences in like how you approach the game, what class you choose, and that kind of stuff, fits so well in an open world experience. It truly does. Like it works wonders. I haven't even beaten the game, to be honest. I have put in like about 40 something hours, and I don't know really where I'm at in the game. I love it, but I find it obviously difficult, and I'm at times a little bit lost. But yeah, like just the sense of freedom and everything you get in Elden Ring, it's pretty awesome. God of War Ragnarok, I think won Game Direction back in 2018. It did, yeah, it won. And yeah, I mean, with God of War, like you're talking about the direction of it and stuff. I love the whole one shot take aspect of it. Like that just works so well. It's really cool. Even more interesting now that you're playing as two different characters and they're in two different locations and you're finding a way to actually like transition between them. I find that really awesome. Horizon, good, yeah. Sorry, I'm yawning, Wilson. Immortality, I haven't played, and then Stray. Stray, I actually honestly probably would have nominated for narrative. I really like Stray's narrative. I think it's kind of a nice, heartfelt, interesting game. Okay, I'm actually voting Elden Ring on this one though, because I feel like, you know, it's definitely Elden Ring's the biggest game of the year, no doubt. Like just the talk surrounding it and everything, the hype, it's done so well, and it's obviously a phenomenal game. And yeah, I think if you're talking game direction, I think it deserves it, because I think that, it took the previous Souls games, put them in an open world format, and just did an incredible job with that. So I feel like that one deserves the win, and that's my pick. And then we come to Game of the Year. So we have Plague Tale Requiem. I can take my headphones off, I just realized, because I'm not even listening to anything, and that's not what my microphone is. We've got Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade. So I've played these 4. Haven't played Xenoblades, probably never will, and Plague Tale, like I said, I'm going to try out. It's also tough, too, because I haven't beaten God of War Ragnarok or Elden Ring, so I'm kind of going off of what I've played. Horizon's not my pick. It's not. I really like it, but it got overshadowed by Elden Ring, because it came out, I think, right before Elden Ring came out, and that's just all people talked about was Elden Ring. So Horizon just kind of got screwed over by that. And it's a great game, but I haven't really, thought about it a whole lot since it came out. Stray, I actually think for me was a more meaningful experience than Horizon. I don't know if I would consider it a better overall game. Modern Warfare 2 best game. Yeah, it's not nominated. Oh, I just realized who that was too. Hi, Andrew. Um, yeah, no, Stray. I mean, I just really liked the idea of it. Like you play as a cat in. Again, I feel like it should have been nominated for narrative. This is so tough. It's between God of War and Elden Ring for me. I haven't beaten either of them, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm voting Elden Ring, and the reason why, as much as I love God of War so far, when I look at Elden Ring, even though I haven't beaten it, not much. How's it going? Even though I haven't beaten Elden Ring, the experience so far has been so phenomenal. It is a game where I was playing it a ton, and then I kind of dropped it, and then picked it back up, dropped it, picked it back up, got into it for a while, dropped it. So it's not the kind of game where it's I would have liked to have just finished it by now, but it is obviously difficult in trying to figure out everything. But the feeling I had when I was just exploring that world and doing all of those things, fighting all these awesome bosses, playing with friends, all that kind of stuff, there is something that's just so special about these Souls games once you kind of get the hang of them. And so that's, honestly, I'm going to go with Elden Ring. Yeah. I'm kind of glad I don't work today, to be honest. It's nice to have a day off. I took a COVID test earlier in case, but it came back negative, so I'm good. Yeah, man, as much as I love God of War Ragnarok, I think I'm going Elden Ring on this. I think both are excellent games, and by the time I finish God of War Ragnarok, I might change my mind. I might be like, okay, you know what? Yeah, Elden Ring's my pick, or God of War's my pick. But Elden Ring, if you're just talking overall package, I feel like it's such an impressive game that yeah, I'm gonna have to go for it. So that is my ranking, or my ranking. That's my pick, and that's what I think will win. I think Elden Ring will win. God of War actually has the most nominations overall, I've heard, which I don't know what categories it was nominated in that. What do you call it? That Elden Ring wasn't, because Elden Ring was best RPG. Oh, I guess it's because of categories like innovation and accessibility. Yeah, which ones was God of War nominated for that Elden Ring wasn't? I'm confused. Thank God I know you were drinking my icy. No, I didn't drink any actually. No, just Haley had some. I didn't actually drink any. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know which. Okay. What are the best? Oh, I'll look at that in a second for you. Okay, Elden Ring's Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Best Art Direction, Best Score, Audio Design, Role Playing Game. Oh, okay, I know what it is. It's the performance category, because it made it for the 2 performance categories. Okay. Otherwise, they're kind of nominated for the same things. It's just accessibility and then the performances, so that makes sense. Otherwise, yeah, they literally have the same amount of nominations. So the thing is, I don't give a shit about esports, Andrew, so I just clicked on random ones. So, but I can undo my vote. Why don't you tell me who to vote for, Andrew? So who should I vote for esports event? Yeah, I'll let you pick my votes, because I literally don't care about this stuff at all. So we got EVO, we've got League of Legends, PGL, Mid-Season Invitational, and Valorant. Or Valorant, I guess I said it kind of weirdly. Valorant. LOL Worlds. Interesting. I didn't know you. Okay. Best esports coach. We got whoever these people are. Andriy Tutu Horodensky, Matthias Tarasconi, Eric Sandgren, Robert Dahlstrom, and Go Dongbin. Or Blade, Bazeka, Doombros, Roban, and Score. I guess if we're going by their player cards or whatever you call phase coach. Okay, yeah, that's the one that I voted for. Okay, esports team. We've got Dark Zero Esports for Apex Legends, FaZe Clan for CSGO, Gen.G for League of Legends, LA Thieves for Call of Duty, and Loud for Valorant. I think I voted for like LA Thieves because it was Call of Duty, but who would you pick, or who should I vote for? FaZe Clan, no doubt. Okay, FaZe Clan. Alright, next up we got Best Esports Athlete. We got Shavi, Faker, Kurgan. Okay, I'm assuming it's going to be the FaZe Clan guy, right? So I'll just vote for him. And then we got Esports Game. So who do I vote for Esports Game? Deliver the best overall esports experience to players. Yeah, I did vote FaZe again, but what about for this? Oh yeah, I guess the stream's probably behind. I don't know how well the live is working. Valorant. All right. I think that covers all the esports. Yeah, that covers all the esports shit. Okay, and that's the thing. So I'll just go over all my picks again real quick. So for game of the year, I said Elden Ring. For game direction, I said Elden Ring. For narrative, I said God of War. For art direction, I said Stray. Scored music, I said God of War, but I also said it could be Elden Ring. I don't really know. Audio design. Also, these are like my personal picks. These aren't necessarily what I think's gonna win. These are my personal picks. Audio design, I said God of War Ragnarok. Performance, I said Christopher Judge as Kratos. Games for impact, I selected a random one because I don't know any of those. Ongoing game, I clicked Fortnite just because it's the only one that I actually semi-play. Indie game, I said Stray, and that's automatically winning because it's the only one of these nominated for Game of the Year. Mobile game, I said Genshin. I don't care. Community port, I said Fortnite. Again, don't care. Innovation accessibility, I went with Last of Us Part 1. Best VR/AR, I went with Among Us VR just because why not? Got a shower now. Okay, see ya. Action game, I went with Sifu. Action adventure, God of War. Role playing, Elden Ring. Fighting, Sifu. Family, Lego Star Wars. Sim/strategy. Okay, you get the point. Those are my picks. Those are my guesses. Or those are my picks, not my guesses. And yeah, there you have it. Game Awards. So that's December 8th. So as I have done in previous years, I will be reacting to it on a live stream with... Oh, fuck. Sorry, I'm just like tired for some reason. But yeah, I'll be watching it and reacting to it with my friends as always. So look forward to that, and see you guys then.